Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel. My name is Jay. The channel is Questionable Behavior, and I want to talk about the questionable behavior that the Democratic Party, specifically President Biden, former President Biden, did when he let all of the migrants into the country late 2024. What a bad idea. What a really bad idea, because now the reason that Donald Trump was elected, I guarantee you the primary reason was to rectify this situation. Now, he's got to be the bad guy and send these folks home when they shouldn't have been allowed to come in the first place. I know it's an unfortunate situation. I feel for people. Channel's questionable behavior. The focus of the channel is mental wellness. Believe me when I tell you, I don't want to treat anyone badly. However, what are we supposed to do? What is the United States of America supposed to do? The migrants that came into the country aren't the only people in the world that are challenged, right? So should we let everyone in the world who wants to come to America just bring in everybody? Should we do that? No. The question, of course, is no. So should we have allowed these people in? The question is no. Because we didn't have a plan. We didn't have a plan to take care of these people, or better yet, let them take care of themselves with jobs. They couldn't work. So why were you allowing them in? I know it's a very tough decision to make, but the answer has to be no. I'm sorry, we can't let you in because we don't have a plan for you when you come in. Now, if you follow the regulations for immigration and you have a sponsor or you have a plan and the resources to come in, that's a different scenario. But unfortunately, the vast majority of people that are here illegally don't have a plan, don't have resources. So I'm going to go ahead and play this news clip, and I'll speak accordingly as I see fit, but it's a very, very, very unfortunate situation.
Flights are the most visible sign of Donald Trump's hard turn on immigration. Up to 80 Guatemalan migrants were removed from the U.S. by Air Force transport Thursday. Though similar flights happened regularly under President Joe Biden, Trump's decision to use military aircraft is new, part of a strategy that will also see thousands of troops deployed to the border. In Juarez, Mexico, dozens of Mexican migrants were also returned from the U.S. Everyone is getting caught. I don't recommend to cross, says this man.
Now, the problem with non-English speaking migrants is that they can only interact with someone through an interpreter or their own people. What jobs are they qualified to do other than labor jobs? And even in that environment, they have to be able to communicate to whomever's hiring them. It can't be 100% non-English speaking. There has to be a plan. And if there's no plan, then I'm sorry, we can't just let you arbitrarily come in. And without money, they're not going to be able to get a plan together. They're not. They need sponsorship. They need to know that wherever they're going, they're going to have work. And that's just impossible. So why are you letting all these people in? And that's why the Democrats didn't get elected.
We're getting the bad, hard criminals out. These are murderers. These are people that have been as bad as you get, as bad as anybody you've seen. We're taking them out first.
Now, that's partially true. It's not 100% true. I can't imagine that it is. These folks, a lot of them are hardworking people. The majority of them are hardworking people, I'm sure. And they're getting profiled by the bad ones and treated accordingly. And it's unfortunate. It really is.
It's not clear what specific crimes the first Trump-era deportees committed. In Boston, immigration enforcement raids unfolded in a residential neighborhood.
I don't think that he is mandating that they have done some criminal behavior to deport the migrants. He's talking about taking everybody out that's undocumented, I believe, and even people that were born here not getting citizenship, which I don't agree with. But I don't know that they have to have committed crimes to be deported if they're not legally here. They're in a migrant status, and it sounds like Trump is revoking the migrant status. And I got to tell you, with all that went on with cities that, these migrants were dropped off in and giving them hotels and vouchers and so on, that needed to be done because you let them in. Now you have to take care of them, providing our tax dollars to house and feed and probably clothe them, and they have nowhere to work. Did that make sense to do that? I mean, that was just dumb. It's a really difficult situation, and I understand why they want to be here. Protection, chaos or the lack thereof in the country they came from. I understand. But there's a lot of people all over the world that would like to live in a different situation without chaos. Should we allow the entire world to come here that doesn't want to be where they are? Should we go fly them in and take care of them? It's not the way it works. And that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
In a residential neighborhood. In Newark, New Jersey, a raid on a business swept up 3 undocumented workers. Several U.S. citizens were also briefly detained by ICE authorities.
None of these people were rapists or murderers or criminals. The problem with it is that ICE went in there without a warrant.
Okay, so this gentleman that just spoke, I really would like to know what he's basing his statements on. They don't need a warrant or probable cause to go get these people if they're being deported. And I think the U.S. government has every right, just like they let them in, they have the right to let them in, they have the right to say, okay, you can no longer stay without the proper documentation. Can you put that together? No. All right, then I'm sorry, you have to go back to your country of residence. This guy is saying all kinds of things about, what ICE is doing, but he's not explaining himself other than, the stance that, we're all human beings and therefore, are these folks in your neighborhood? Are you taking care of these folks directly?
Despite all the bluster, the pace of deportations is so far on par with what unfolded during the Biden years. Trump has promised to go further. Mass detention camps and sweeping raids are expected in the coming weeks.
ICE has overreached beyond what should be constitutionally allowed.
Protest as they might, local officials have little power to stop what's coming, leaving immigrant communities to fear their American dream may become a nightmare.
It's a very unfortunate situation, but I'm going to tell you what. If you didn't allow the mass population to come in, they wouldn't be going through this now, and they wouldn't be uprooted, and it's an unfortunate situation. But again, back to my point, there are a lot of people in the world that don't like their station in life, and I probably wouldn't blame them. Do we let everybody in? Okay, so the answer is no, so why are we letting these people in? The channel's questionable behavior. My name is Jay. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think. Be well.